Episode 65 of the Monday Morning Worship Leader. Making the most of your hymnal collection.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures give His glory. Praise Him above, praise heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Hey guys, Brother John here. It's so good to be here with you today, and I'm kind of just blowing this one out real quick because I've got, in just like an hour and 20 minutes, I have music camp starting, so I need to be ready for that. And so I'm going to do that next, but I just wanted to share some thoughts with you on using your hymnal collection. And by the way, if you want to know what we do, what I do for VBS every year, check out episode number 20. It's time for VBS of this podcast, and I go in depth about music camp, about Vacation Bible School, and everything else that we do here at Parkway Baptist Church. That's episode 20 of the Monday Morning Worship Leader. But we are at episode 65, and today we're talking about your hymnal collection. Now, if you're like me, you have a shelf with about maybe 80 to 100 hymnals, and that's what I have. I collect them. And for a long time, they just were almost just places of pride for me. I didn't really use them, but now I do. And I wanted to share with you how I do that, just a few easy steps. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this from I bought a hymnal this week, an older hymnal. It was about 40 years old. It wasn't old, but it was from a denomination that I didn't have a hymnal from, so I really wanted to check it out. Bought it at Half Price Books in St. Charles, Missouri. And I immediately, there's a couple of things that I do now that I buy a hymnal, and I wanted to share with you. First thing, when you get that new old hymnal, all right, it's new to you, old hymnal, let me encourage you to take, whatever time you need to and read all of the printed material at the very beginning. It's always very interesting because what you do is you are finding out more about the doctrine of the hymnal. You're finding out about the process of the hymnal. You're finding out about the structure, what was going through their minds when they assembled this piece of work. And so the first thing, take your time and read that opening passage, and maybe 2 to 4 pages, maybe 10 pages. Also take a look at how many people were part of the editing process, which is always interesting to me. I mean, the Baptist Hymnal 2008, I think there were 70-some people involved in the editing process, and they were all listed on the editing board. And so that's kind of interesting to see. But the next thing is I would encourage you to take that old hymnal, that new old hymnal to you, and take it home and use it as part of your devotional for the next couple of weeks. Thumb through it, read and sing some of the songs, get to know that hymnal a little bit more. That way that hymnal is going to be a little bit more useful to you than just sitting on the shelf, but the best is yet to come. So what I really discovered was a couple of things. First of all, number 3, I enter the hymnal in my bibliography software. I use Zotero, and Zotero contains every professional book bibliography that I have. And so when I get a book that is a professional book, I put it in Zotero, and then I tag it with my from the library from stamp. When I tag it with that stamp, that tells me it's in Zotero. But here's the best part. This is number 4. If you don't use and you're not a member, free membership of hymnody.org, hymnody.org, you really should be. It's a free, The fourth step, if you're not a member, you should be of hymnary.org, hymnary.org. The reason being is this is a repository. It kind of comes from the old John Julian Dictionary of Hymnology, the information does. But that's not the best part of this. The best part of it is they have an active list of hymnals. Once you sign up, then you can flag that particular hymnal in there as part of your hymnal collection. And so when you do a search of a hymn, because other people have done the same thing, so there are hundreds, if not thousands, of hymnals in their database, you can actually go, okay, what song was that, and type in the title, and you can see that it is in one of your hymnals, and it'll tell you which one, and that is so handy. Again, that's hymnary.org, hymnary.org, and it's free. Use it. It's so helpful. And so the first thing you should do is you should spend time reading the material at the very beginning. Second of all, you should start using the music and hymns as a devotional for a couple of weeks. That really helps you get to know that hymnal. Third, put it in a bibliography software like I do with Zotero. And then fourth, you need to join, if you're not, again, free, you need to log in to Hymnary, hymnary.org, and be part of this huge, vast collection of hymnology. And I know that's going to be a real helpful thing for you, and I hope that you find that to be a good word. Okay, here is a book, if you are into hymnody, and it's no longer in print, but you can find it. It's The Anatomy of Hymnody, and it's by Austin Lovelace. Now, I will tell you, when I was studying for my PhD, I practically memorized this book. It's short, it's to the point, but it really just talks about hymns, how they work. It talks about the nuts and bolts of them. It's an excellent resource, The Anatomy of Hymnody. Short episode, but as I said, this is VBS Week. God bless you. Remember, we are not rock stars. We are servants. See you next week.